word marshmallow, you probably think about these. And these aren't even real marshmallows. They literally taste like clouds of light corn syrup. So just toss them.
Oh, what the fuck?
But before we start, there's one tip you should probably know. At the end of the process, there's a phase called the curing phase. And during this phase, you want to check on the marshmallows every couple of minutes, because sometimes marshmallows just don't get along.
You underestimate my power. Don't try it.
Alright, so before we start, you're going to want to grab your ingredients, which are going to be sugar, light corn syrup, vanilla extract, cornstarch, powdered sugar, water, and gelatin. Then spray a baking dish with non-stick cooking spray and then completely cover the bottom with powdered sugar. So moving on, add 1 cup of light corn syrup, half cup of sugar, and half cup of water to a pan and set the flame to medium-low heat. Then mix all the ingredients together until they are homogeneous. Meanwhile, in a bowl of stand mixer, add in 3 packets of gelatin and half cup of water, and then let the gelatin soak for a couple of minutes. By the time the gelatin mixture is done setting, the sugar mixture should start to boil, so once that happens, go ahead and place the lid on the pot and let it boil without taking the lid off for 1 minute. Once exactly a minute has passed, go ahead and add the sugar mixture to the gelatin and turn the mixer on to high, and then let it run for about 5 minutes. The marshmallow mix should increase in size about 5 times. When the marshmallow mix begins to increase in size, it'll look very pale white and very fluffy. And once this happens, you can add in pretty much any flavorings you like. I like to do about like 3 tablespoons of honey and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. But again, that's just my personal preference. You can do whatever flavorings you like peppermint oil, ginger, butterscotch, sky's the limit. Once you've added in your liquid flavorings, you can now transfer the marshmallow mix into the dish you prepared earlier. Also, one quick thing to keep in mind is you definitely should oil your spatula or whatever utensil you're going to use to transfer the mix to your dish, because marshmallow mix is very sticky. Once you've transferred your mix to your baking dish, cover the top with powdered sugar, wrap it in plastic wrap, and then let it sit overnight, or about 5 hours. Once marshmallows are done curing, they should feel soft and firm to the touch. So release the marshmallows from the baking dish, take your knife and cut alongside the edges of the marshmallow. Then flip the dish over and the marshmallows should come right out. So now you're going to be left with the marshmallow block, so you're probably going to want to trim it into smaller pieces. So begin by cutting across the marshmallow block and then trimming those strips into smaller pieces. Then sprinkle the marshmallows with a pinch of cornstarch and a pinch of powdered sugar. This will prevent them from sticking to each other while they're in storage. And speaking of storage, you can actually put the marshmallows in any container you like, just make sure it's not in the way of direct sunlight so they don't melt. And just like that, you're done. You've created some delicious homemade marshmallows. Just make sure to check on them every once in a while.
You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them. Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness.